I was so wrong about Mullen Automotive, ticker symbol MULN stock. Just kidding, guys. I wasn't wrong. Actually, I was absolutely correct. And in this video, I want to go over why. So, whenever the stock goes up like 10%, I get tons of comments on my videos saying, oh my God, see, if you listen to this guy, you would have missed out on like 100% run. Blah, 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 blah. This guy is wrong. He's misleading. Blah, blah, blah. Well, guys, what they fail to realize is that even though the stock went up 100% in like a month, it's still down like 90% for the whole year. So who's really winning here? But regardless, let's forget about that. The stock is down 30% in the last week. Not a good look for Mullen Automotive. And we're going to talk about why this happened. So make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel. Guys, 95% of you guys watch the videos but you don't subscribe. Just subscribe, it takes a second. So let's get started. There are a few reasons why Mullen Automotive is down 35% last week. One of the main reasons, in my opinion, is that there's a big shareholder meeting that was coming up today, actually. It happened today, and I'll probably do another video on that later on. So leading up to the shareholder meeting, there was a lot of confidence that was lost about Mullen Automotive. Let's talk about what. So Mullen Automotive had to file a 10K statement to the SEC. This was due way back on September 30th. However, they filed for an extension and they had many days, I think it was like 90 days or something to file this extension. Lo and behold, they waited until the last day, a few hours before the deadline, before they posted the 10K statement. And by the way, the 10K statement wasn't even that spectacular, didn't even have anything crazy in it, in my opinion. So I'm not sure what took so long, but if anything, it was not a good sign for investors. This is not like your school project where you wait till the last second to submit it. There's investors that put their hard-earned money into this stock, and it's just not a good look. Now, speaking of this 10K statement, I did make a video on it where I went through it in an in-depth analysis. You can go find it and watch it later after this video. But one of the things I pointed out in that 10K statement is that something that's really uncomfortable for me is that just a year ago, the stock, the Mullen Automotive had maybe 300 million shares outstanding. And now, as of their latest 10K statement, they had 1.7 billion shares. And I know this isn't new news. I know a lot of you guys are already aware of this, but that's just crazy how much dilution they had in like the last year. It's not a good look in my opinion. And there are signs that it's probably just gonna get much worse. And now I want to talk to some of the investors here who aren't long-term investors. They're just here for the hype. They're going to be here to make a quick buck and leave. And I just want to say that it's going to be harder and harder for you to do that. And here's why. In this latest meeting that was going to go on today, that did happen today in my opinion, I believe, one of the votes that they were going to have was to uptick the amount of outstanding shares from 1.7 billion to 5 billion shares. And that's a lot, and it'll make it a lot harder for you to move the price of the stock up because of the amount of shares there are. It's going to be much harder. You're going to need much more investors, much more money to move the needle now. So for those that are here just for a quick buck, just to go in for the hype, make some money and leave, it won't be as easy to do that anymore if the number of shares goes to 5 billion shares. And I want to make that very clear with you guys. Now, something else that has been bothering a lot of people about this stock is that there have been 2 class action lawsuits against Mullen Automotive in like the last week or two. Both of these class action lawsuits are pretty much accusing David Michery of the same thing. They're basically saying that last year in July, when there was a big shareholder meeting, there were about 400 million shares outstanding for Mullen Automotive, and that they should not have increased the amount of shares that they did. And well, we're going to see what happens, how this falls down. But right now, it's just not looking good for Mullen Automotive. And going through the 10K, another thing that I did want to point out is that the company in and of itself, the cash burn is high. The value of the company is not that good right now. And there's still a lot of work to be done. To build a car in scale, it takes a lot of money. A competitor, Rivian, they have like $13 billion in cash. I think Mullen Automotive has like less than $100 million in cash that's available for them to use. Along with that, the research and development has not been that high. Their expenses are very high, and it's going to be a long time for them to have a car profitable in that they're making in bulk, in scale, and they're selling out to the public. And quite frankly, I'm not even sure what the demand for that vehicle is right now. Now we hear during the tour that all the tours have been sold out, but how many pre-orders of the car do we have? I mean, I think there should be a number out there somewhere. I think the investors deserve to know how much demand there is for this car. Now, again, I wanted to reiterate that in an environment, this is not 2020 or 2021 anymore, where the government is helping out like crazy with all the cash that they're printing. We are going through a very different environment where the interest rates are very high. David Michery and Mullen Automotive has made it clear that they're going to need more financing for them to continue production of the cars, design, development, all that stuff. They got a whole facility that they got to work on. They're going to need more cash. And while financing in today's environment is not the same as it was a year or two ago, guys, interest rates are extremely high and it's putting a lot of downward pressure on these stocks. And quite frankly, I think this is not the environment for you to be invested in a stock that's not even profitable yet. Mullen Automotive has quite a ways to go. Now, could they prove me wrong? Yeah, of course they can. And I wouldn't take it as a hit on me if they prove me wrong. It would be a good thing. I just don't think as investors that you should be taking a bet that's this dangerous, especially because the hype train is going to go soon. If they get 5 billion shares, trust me, the stock is not going to have these crazy up and downs like it's been having right now. So all I wanted to say is be careful out there, guys. I'm neither a bull or a bear for the stock. I'm being very neutral in my analysis. I'm just trying to explain to you what I see going on. EV is a risky sector in general. And then Mullen Automotive, I know they have a good following. It's just, I don't see how they're going to overcome a lot of these challenges. It's going to be tough. Could they do it? Yeah, of course. Elon Musk did it with Tesla. He went through many of the similar situations. But is David Michery Elon Musk? I don't think so. And I think it was much different in Tesla's situation. They were the trailblazers. They were the first one going through this track. And frankly, I don't know if there's another company that can do what Elon Musk did. So with that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. I know it's definitely going to trigger a lot of people. It is what it is, though. I'm here to be honest. All right, guys, let me know in the comments below. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.